All right, thank you, Freak. Momentum definitely in complexity's favor after that one. Speaking of the mid lane there, what do you think? Are they do they have to deny them Ziggs or something? Is probably just going to keep handling Shifter?
You want to go? Or?
Sure.
Can you fix that with bans, or is that a mental thing that's going on?
I think it's a mental thing. I'm watching Coast's faces right now, and they're not really talking at all, even like throughout the whole game. Not, like barely any movement in their mouths. So I think they're really on a downward spiral right now, and they haven't come out of that slump yet. And if they want to stay in LCS, they have to pick it back up.
Maybe they need to fix it with Lee Sin, because Lee Sin was a big story in the early game. It was a big story in this game. Broken Shard, you guys were talking about last game. You thought he was a better jungler. This game, it showed pretty clearly.
Yeah, I think he pretty much out-jungled and Intended really hard. He killed him at like level 3 or so.
Actually, let's bring up the replay of that. You can talk about this, because we do have a Broken Shard kill at red buff.
This was pretty much a really big swinging point because it negates all of Elisa's pressure. Just because like a lot of LCS players don't really do this, at least jungler wise, because this is sort of like a cheese. But
yeah,
it had it warded, and Lee Sin exactly knew where Elise started, and he got there just a little bit ahead, and he managed to find him, and he'll pretty much just kill him because Lee Sin level 2 is way stronger than Elise level 2. It was kind of dumb of Nintendo to kind of face check. He should have like W'd first to get the vision, but I think he used it on Wraiths maybe.
Yeah, and like you said, not a lot of LCS players do that because it's more of like a solo queue strategy, going red to red invades. And with all these new level 1s that are happening, he definitely did not expect that one.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
that was not the first objective that he took away from Nintendo. We also have another clip of a Dragon Steal. We'll get to that one later, I guess. Do you think that Lee Sin is a big enough deal that they either need to ban it or pick it away?
I'm not too sure. I really do think it's more of a mental thing. It's not like a pick. You know, it's not because they have like Lee Sin or anything like that. They just need to play better and just kind of step up their game. But that's really hard to do, especially when you're 0-2. So it's gonna be really hard for Coast to pick up their slack and just come back and stay strong. Because from what I've seen like Zion and Shifter do like pretty well in their lanes, but and that's kind of expected of them. But it's kind of up to the bottom lane and the jungle to kind of synergize with their solo laners, and so that they can work and coordinate as a team. Because right now, compLexity Black is doing pretty well in terms of map movements, and they're grouping up and taking objectives.
Yeah, if there was a weakness for compLexity Black, it might be the top lane there. If you are compLexity Black and you're looking to secure your 3rd win, guarantee your way into the LCS, are there any changes you would make, maybe coaching Westrice on his picks, on his early play?
I would just have compLexity Black play as safe as they can and just take it methodically. Coast isn't really responding to their pressure, and they're just buckling up and letting compLexity Black run them over. And compLexity Black just have the momentum right now, so they can just take the series 3-0.
Yeah, let's take a look at that Dragon Steal, because this is a play, not playing safe, but this is how compLexity Black are just rolling over them. They are literally taking away every objective, just stealing it right out from under their nose.
Yeah, this is Coast's fault because they don't have vision of Dragon fully, so this can happen right now. And Broken Shard just goes in, steals Dragon for free, W's to the ward and flashes out. So that was basically Coast's crappy vision control. Vision control.
At the same time, it's like it just shows like how confident and how much more willing they're willing to make the play. And you can see compLexity Black, they're all yelling, and they're all high in confidence. So it's kind of it's really different compared to like earlier Cloud9 Tempest, where they're not willing to be aggressive and rather they were more passive. But we've seen compLexity Black right now, they're making plays and they're being aggressive.
All right, so our final question, of course, we're going to have the final predictions. Do you think it will be a 3-0, or are we going to go to more games here?
I think it's going to be a 3-0 for compLexity Black. It's kind of against what I've seen, or what I've said. But from what I'm seeing right now, it just seems like, Coast isn't doing too hot.
The mental barrier's just too much to overcome?
Yeah.
Afro, what do you think?
I want Coast to stay in, but
I know
they're just not.
Vote with your brain, not your heart.
They're not performing right now, so I'm gonna go with compLexity Black 3-0.
Okay, well, there you have it, you guys. That's all that we have for now. But when we return, we will see if compLexity can close out the series in our third game between Team Coast and compLexity Black. Don't go anywhere.